guys, welcome to our Monday science class. A couple things we're going to go over before we get started today. Number one, check for your rubrics from your assignments from last week. If you lost points and you don't know how, I always write a little note next to it if you lost any. So take a look at that. Also, check your Power School. You are your own advocate for your grades, remember. So you need to check and make sure everything is up to date and you've gotten grades where you should. If it has a 0, that means I did not get it from you yet. Next, last week's work is all in one folder now. So if you're looking for anything from last week, it's all going to be in the folder labeled March 23rd through 27th. And next one, what caused the cracks in your yards? I noticed a lot of people put that they had cracks in their yards for erosion that we did on Friday, and it's actually from ice wedging. So when the water comes in and it goes into those cracks and then it freezes, the ice or the water expands as it turns to ice, and then it makes those cracks bigger. So that's what we are seeing when we see the cracks in the ground. Next, we are going to be starting volcanoes tomorrow, so I'm super excited for that. And we have 1 day review left, and this is what we're going to do for our review. Our review is going to be on states of matter and phase changes. So what we are talking about here is our 3 states of matter, which the first one we're going to talk about is a gas. Now remember, gas can change from a gas to a liquid or a gas to a solid. We don't see this part very much, changing from a gas to a solid. We did see a solid change to a gas when we did our sublimation day with the dry ice, which was pretty awesome. But if we add, if we take away thermal energy from a gas, it will start to have condensation and it will change to a liquid. So now we're gonna look at the liquids, okay? When we have our liquid, woo! Speaking of liquids, just got some liquid water on me, right? So when we have a liquid and it's changing to a gas, we are gonna add thermal energy and it's gonna go through evaporation and change to a gas. If we add, take thermal energy away and cool it down, it's gonna go through a freezing process and it's gonna change into a solid. Now we're gonna look at the solids. When we have a solid and we have, whoa! Speaking of a solid, oh, thank you, Lillian. Lillian was displaying our solids for us. When we have a solid and it goes through, gets heat added to it, it's gonna change, go through a melting phase and it's gonna change to a liquid. When we have sublimation happen, it's gonna change right to a gas, just like we saw with our dry ice. So what your assignment is going to be for today is to find a phase change happening in your house or somewhere and tell me about it. You need to tell me what the phase change is that happening and what process is causing it. So is thermal energy being added or is it being taken away? And is it going through sublimation? Is it going through melting or freezing or evaporation or condensation? That's what I want to know. And you can't use the same example as me. So my example is the ice is actually just moving a ton. Now it's kind of jammed up again. But the ice is going through, the snow and ice is going through, right here I'll show you. Okay, it's going through the melting phase. It's getting thermal energy added from the sun. It's changing from a solid to a liquid and it's getting put into the river. So that is my example. We have a lot of big chunks. They just moved all the way down here, so they're making a lot of noise. It's kind of cool. So you have to go into your assignment. The thread is going to be right underneath this one, and it is labeled our reflection question for today, and it is an essay question, and that's where you need to answer. So our joke for the day, last part, is why should you never trust an atom?
Why?
I don't know.
Because, I may have told you this one already, I can't remember, but it's a good one, so we're gonna go to it again, okay? Because they make up everything, right? Atoms make up everything. Every bit of matter, or atoms, make up all matter, and you just can't trust them, right? Ooh, we can look at the river now. It's moving a lot. You can see the phase changes happening before our eyes. Pretty neat. Alrighty, so let me know if you have any questions. I am here for you, and we will meet back tomorrow and we will start on volcanoes. Have a great day, everybody.